All right. Finishing out this league, I'm currently 1-2. Uh, Deck is trying something a little bit. Two Bitter Blossoms in the flex slot, and one instead of a Pack Rat in the board, and then a Fairy Macabre extra in the board. I don't feel like I know enough about the Bitter Blossoms yet to decide whether or not they're good in the flex slot, but I do feel like that one in the board should probably come back out in exchange for a sorry, just thinking about what I want to do here. Should come back out in exchange for the third pack rat, because when I do go heavy on the pack rat plan, the rat is uh, seems to be more effective than the bitter blossom. Okay, well, I definitely want to play a swamp. So the reason I'm debating here is that if I do take it slow, I can definitely hardcast the Grave Titan off of both Dark Rituals, and what take it slow means is end of their turn I entomb and then reanimate. But I'm probably just going to go all in on combo here. Alright, so if I fire off the other Dark Ritual, I can hymn them. And that's probably worth it. And then I'm going to entomb the Ashen Rider. So it looks like they're on show and tell. uh, Putting the Ashen Rider in the yard gives me the option to animate Dead It if they cast a show and tell on turn 1. I'm going to clear my throat really loudly here. Hang on. Okay, had to mute the mic. Um, I think I just want to get more discard. Okay. Um, Let us Cabal Therapy them twice. Gonna name Show and Tell. Okay, they've got Emrakul Sneak Attack. Now I'm gonna name Sneak Attack. Alright, so they are Sneak and Show. Which means I want the needles. I'm willing to needle my own Gristlebrand if it comes to that. Bringing these in, and probably these as well. so those are the things in. Massacre Worm can come out. They are an opposing combo deck, so some Grave Titans can come out. Definitely need the Ashen Rider, need the Iona. Exhume is a little weak against them once there's a Gristlebrand in their graveyard. I definitely don't want to be giving that back to them. So I'm going to pull those. And then maybe one Cabal Therapy. Bring all this stuff in. This hand's okay. It's leaning kind of heavily on the Hymn to disrupt them, and then the Pack Rat to be fast enough. I think I'll keep it. I really wish I had an extra discard spell. Maybe I shouldn't have trimmed the therapy. Maybe I want all my discard against this matchup. They did mulligan to 6, which makes him even better. Chose to shuffle off their Ponder. Play a Lotus Petal. Play a Lotus Petal. So they can cast Show and Tell next turn. But if they don't, then I'm going to Ratchet Bomb away their Lotus Petals, so that will be nice. They can cast Sneak Attack as well, so they have a lot of options. Okay, Brainstorm means less likely to cast Sneak Attack. Brainstorm Shuffle, they're getting rid of some stuff they don't want. Excellent. Oh, and that's nice too. So they do only have 3 cards in hand. So I think him is the best option here. Okay, got Force of Will and Sneak Attack. So that tells me that the other card in their hand is not, or is likely not, a blue spell. And they scoop. Okay. So my next play would be Duress plus Ratchet Bomb. And that completely destroys their hand, wipes out their resources, and then the turn after that I play the Pack Rat and start beating. Okay. So that went pretty well, if I do say so myself. I would say my matchup against Sneak and Show is better than it is against Omnitel just because of Veil of Summer. Omnitel's a little tougher because you can't just lean on your discard to wreck their hand. Maybe to keep that Cabal Therapy in, I bring in one less of the Bitter Blossom plus Pack Rat. That's probably extra true with me running the 2 Bitter Blossom in the flex slot because then I just have a lot of those effects. This hand does not get there. And by there, I mean a creature into the graveyard and then into play. This hand also, unfortunately, does not get there. This hand does get there. So I will keep this hand. You're the first to go to the bottom. And this one's kind of tough. I like having a redundant reanimation spell, but maybe I should bottom it because a good player will hit the Entomb, and this leaves me very close to hard casting a fatty if I draw it. Mountain. Basic Mountain Pass. So this is either a really bad hand from uh, like Goblins or Mono Red Prison. Uh, this feels like a really bad hand from whatever it is I'm up against. Um, trying to think what's the most dangerous deck they could be playing here. And I think the most dangerous deck is Burn. So, if I draw off Griselbrand, it puts me at 5, and if they're on Burn, they can Bolt, untap, Bolt. Uh, I could have gone for Iona on red, but I think that's weak against um, like I play this deck. Why can't I think of the name? Moon Stompy. So yeah, I think I just take the line that I don't want to go into double bolt range against the red deck. The only thing this really loses to, or has trouble with, well, there's that. That's annoying. Okay. I think decks that main deck Karakas are less likely to um, have double bolt in hand, so there's that. Let's get this over with. And let us reveal the mystery. Okay, it's goblins. All right. So looking at that hand, they can matron next turn. What are they matron for? Um, so I'm going to discard Griselbrand. And I guess reanimate because that's too much life to pay. The getting low thing I need to worry about is the Sling Gang. If I get too low, they can just drain me out with it. There's the Cavern. They are 1 mana short of the Sling Gang. Oh, they pulled a lackey. Alright. That's okay, I suppose. I am going to end of turn Entomb. So I've got 2 options. I can get the Ashen Rider. I guess I have 3 options, but I don't like the other one. I can get the Ashen Rider. I can get a Grave Titan, or I can get a Massacre Worm. The Ashen Rider is me trying to get my Griselbrand back into play. The problem is once I exhume the Ashen Rider, I can't get the Griselbrand back out. I can't swing with the Ashen Rider because of Lackey. I can take the Massacre Worm, but that's really just going to clean up the Lackey. So I think Grave Titan is my best bet just because of how well it clogs up the board against them. That said, I am at 5 life, and they do have a Sling Gang Lieutenant, which gets very close to killing me. So yeah, I'm not in a great spot, to be honest. I think the Grave Titan is my best option, though. Okay, I did get another Entomb, so if I pull another reanimation spell, that will be handy. Okay. Yeah, if they draw land, I'm just dead. So I definitely have to race hard. I am not going to entomb the Massacre Worm, even though that is what I would want, because that's interesting. Okay, so they've got a Munitions Expert in hand and can kill a blocker or deal... Let's see, so Expert would come into play and deal 3. How are they planning to kill the Titan if I block the Lackey with the Titan? They can't, can they? I don't think so. Mm-hmm. Where do they get 2 damage off of a white mana? Oh, main deck Pyrokinesis. Okay. What did they exile for it? A matron? Um, I guess I should have expected that. I've seen Goblin Lackey 1 playing main deck Pyrokinesis and various other people doing it. This is inevitability. These 3 lands are inevitability. Sling Gang? Okay. So the Caracas in their opening hand was unfortunate for me, um, but that's just life. Forgetting about pyrokinesis in the main. That's a misplay. That said, I don't think I win that game because of the Sling Gang in their hand. Shouldn't need these. Maybe I don't want that many Bitter Blossoms or that many Ratchet Bombs. This is a keepable hand. Pack Rat can be a little risky because they have a huge amount of removal in their deck, but I think they side some of it out against me because it's very difficult for their removal to actually wipe out a Griselbrand. Um, as far as their hate cards go, they have looks like they're mulliganing hard for hate cards. So maybe the Pack Rat is a good plan. Still, I think I'll wait until turn 3 to play it. Mulligans to 2? Mulligans to 1? Mulligans to 0? Huh? Huh? Conceded. Alright. Love it. um, do I want to change anything after that resounding victory? Uh, I kind of want to bring in a little more discard if they're going to mulligan that hard. Looks like they're mulliganing super hard for graveyard hate. So the exhumes are probably bad. Like all the exhumes can come out. Maybe Bitter Blossom is good. Because I definitely want a Pack Rat or Bitter Blossom. Bitter Blossom dodges their removal pretty effectively and super clogs up the board by just giving me a free creature every turn. One of their hate cards, though, is um, Chalice of the Void, which hurts my 1-drops pretty badly. They can't really drop it on turn 1, but yeah, it can still be a pain. This hand is a no. Double Toxic Deluge is very nice, but they're going to be mulliganing super hard. Like, this hand can combo, which is good, but they're mulliganing super hard for hate cards, so this is what I want. Okay, keep this. Throw back my combo pieces. Turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Bitter Blossom, win the game. Of course, if they go Lackey Muxus, then I lose the game. Vile's nice. I like Vile. Vile is not Lackey. Land is super nice. So now it's turn 1 Duress, turn 2 Bitter Blossom, turn 3 Grave Titan. And I don't think they win that. Especially not with no creatures in hand. So would my combo hand have been good? Yeah, probably. But I don't know what they're mulliganing for. In this case, they got a Caracas, but they could be mulliganing for Surgical Extraction. They could be mulliganing for Tormod's Crypt. They could be mulliganing for Relic. These are all things that they almost certainly run on their board. Okay, Matron's a good draw for them. If they've got a good draw, it is Matron. What are they going to pull off the Matron? Goblin Tormod's Crypt. That's not a card. Pile Driver. Pile Driver's never going to get past a Bitter Blossom. And it's definitely never going to get past a Grave Titan. They have 2 cards in hand, Pile Driver plus Unknown. They have 1 card in hand. And they're most likely going to wasteland me off my only land at this point, but I don't really care with this board state. I'm getting 3 creatures a turn. How do they win this? They're dead before that Vile gets a Muxus. They really don't have the cards in hand to do anything. Well, that's not true. Okay. So they got a Ringleader and they Viled it out. But they only got 1 hit off it. And they can't even play it. So it doesn't change the clock, I don't think. So I'm going to hold back 2 zombies, just in case. I don't want to get hit by something nasty. And they do have a war chief in hand. Maybe I hold back one zombie. Okay. That leaves me with 4 blockers. So even if they pyrokinesis down 2, okay. 3 and 2. Lost the first 2 and win 1 out. So, good job, me. That went pretty quick. 30 minutes for 2 matches. Not so bad. Gonna end this video there and make a change or two. I might try to fit the Children of Corliss in, because it does help so much when you have to drain yourself super low off like a reanimate plus Griselbrand, and then draw, and then you're at like 5 life in that situation facing down a mountain where it's just not great. You've got reanimates in hand, and you can then tomb reanimate something, but you've only got 5 life. So maybe the Children is a good include. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to take out for it just yet. So the 2 Bitter Blossoms in the main, I don't feel like I saw them often enough to make a determination, but the one in the board is, I think, coming out for a pack rat. And that's my story for now. Thanks for watching.